Well, just when I thought, it was over, I'm not really going to be bringing many more catalogs home besides new ones, I managed to find a few more old ones. And also, I brought home basically the rest of this year's literature, besides a few things which I'll be working on shortly. So, yeah, here it is. Definitely not a very large haul, but that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really got the space or the time for it. I'm moving, the house is empty. But yeah, some of this literature I had planned on, but then the older stuff I didn't plan on finding. I went to the showrooms to say goodbye today, and then I was in the back of one of them. I saw an old Kitzler side binding thing, and then this little guy was what I saw. And I was going to take it regardless of whether there were fans. Actually, I didn't even think there would be fans. But lo and behold, there's fans in it. So most of these are ones we have seen and are familiar with. But here, look at this thing. A while ago, I don't remember who it was, somebody asked if I'd ever seen or heard of this before, and I had not heard of this weird builder fan thing. But here it is. And this book is probably from 2008, 2007. So basically like the first year really of Kitzler's own ceiling fans that weren't sold at Lowe's. This is their first showroom fans that weren't made by Emerson. So that was very, very exciting to find there. So now I've got a little more information on the only Kitzler fan I don't know anything about. And then I also found a fresh copy of my very first Kitzler book that I ever got. Of course, the first one I had was a small one, but I've got a big one, and that's the one in really rough shape. Then I also found another 2011 Quorum, which I think was like the first or second Quorum book I ever got. That one was in rough shape from the second I brought it home from the showroom. The binding was jacked up, but this one is mint. Also found this Hubbard and Forge brochure, which is something I didn't have. And then I've got spare copies of the Fanimation 2006 and 7. A couple binders. Then this came from Casablanca, and this was basically about like fan servicing and stuff. So this was super cool. I haven't actually gone through everything in here yet. And then for new stuff, I have the Cusco and Delore Mood, the Craft Made Lookbook, the new Fanimation supplement, the new Maxim fan book. This is a lighting brand I never heard of before, Montclair Lightworks. Everything seems pretty cool. And then this is an early brochure from the Fan Man. You guys know I've done a video there. They're pretty well known. One of the only places, probably like one of less than 10 places that still do fan repair. This information is not correct, so if you want to get a hold of them, do not use that info. That is not accurate. Go ahead and just look up Fan Man Lighting and you will find them. They are wonderful people. I literally just referred somebody today after I got back, so you know that they can be trusted. So yeah, I could have done a community post, but I was just so excited to have some good condition copies of some of my first catalogs. And then this was super cool, and I kind of wanted to show all the pages of it. Obviously, the rest of it is just actual lighting fixtures. It's a mini catalog, which, it's not a big one, but I don't really care. It's something I didn't have, and it's got some fans that I didn't really know much about. So definitely happy to have this little guy here. But yeah, otherwise, nothing too particularly eventful. It's nothing really new besides that little Kitzler, but still, it's just so great to have some good condition copies of stuff that I've had for years and years and have just never done anything with because of how rough shape they're in. I couldn't do videos, couldn't even really flip through them. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Otherwise, the house is still just about as empty. I just have to throw these in the box that I got upstairs. I also, I'm not going to be able to fit all these in there, but that's okay. I still have to pack up my records. I'll just put the rest of these catalogs in with those. And then I do believe that's literally it for packing. So we're definitely getting there. It definitely is a matter of concern whether everything is going to fit in the car, or not the car, but the truck or not. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Can't do anything till we actually, get there. Or I should say get the truck. So that's about all I've got for you here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you with whatever comes next.